began with the colleges in 1957. It was the first inter-college event, and they created it specifically for that purpose, to create rivalry between the colleges.
Yeah, all right's a little peculiar. People are a little peculiar. So they had to develop a peculiar spring activity. That's what it really amounted to. It's kind of a spring breakout after a long, hard winter. The rites of spring, that's it.
Each team has a team of drinkers and riders, and they go consecutively. As far as the women's team is concerned, the drinkers have to drink a 12-ounce can of beer, and the riders make one circuit of the track.
Have any idea who thought it up?
He was fairly drunk.
And there are certain requirements. The drink has to be drunk cleanly. There mustn't be any spills. The riders have to coordinate their start to attempt to ensure that they cross the starting line, which is here, they must not cross that line prior to the completion of the drink. Okay, and then they go round, in the case of the women, one lap, whereupon another drinker will drink a can of beer. When that's complete, another rider goes. And it's really as simple as that.
Beer judges, you're going to be up on the table next to the chugger. Your major responsibility is to put your flag up when the biker comes across the line back there. Biker judge, his job is as soon as the next biker is thrown across the line, he puts his flag up. Okay? So your beer judge, your job is when you put your flag down to look and see if that flag is up. If that flag is already up before you put your flag down, which means before the chugger is finished, that's a 7-second penalty for leaving the pit too early.
He's not responsible for his actions.
The greatest place. We're gonna win.
He into the pit area on the home stretch. Way out in the pit.
What's going on? It's the beer judge's call as to whether the person crossed the line before the beer drinker had finished. And that's the only problem here as to we're trying to work out who's calling it. He's supposed to raise his flag, but because there's a fraction of a second between the flag here and the flag there, the ultimate responsibility is on the beer judge to call it. And the bike judge thinks right now that it's his call.
Go into the pit and set.
The chain screwed up. I was trying to shift you in
Hanson going into turn number 2, way out in front of everybody else.
All right. Okay, she's about 30 yards out.
On the back stretch.
Hey, she's 20 yards out. Look.
So we had 42 seconds more than we should have.
We lost by 27 seconds.
So we should have won.
We'd like to talk to you a second. How long have y'all been practicing for this?
We started practicing a little over a month and a half ago, I think, somewhere around there. We've been practicing every day for about the last 3 weeks.
Did y'all think y'all even had a chance coming into this?
Well, we were planning on winning it. We had better times than any of the rest of the teams. All our girls were under 1 minute and 9 seconds before the race.
Are you familiar with a protest that Will Rice is planning on filing?
What are they filing it for?
Evidently, a judge didn't have the authority to make a call.
Everybody last year we got penalties we didn't want either, you know. They're just gonna have to suck it up.
As of
What do we get penalties for? What do we get penalties for? Just for starting?
I mean, he didn't even need to do that. If he wanted a good competition, why didn't he just let us do it? I mean, I tried. We worked so hard and I don't care. The line judge was the master of Hanson College, and
What happened was, the judge over here, Houston, was not allowed to call penalties. He's supposed to lift his flag when they cross the line, and this judge also lifts the flag and checks and sees whether or not they match. But Houston called 5 or 6 penalties on us. He called 6, I think, but I think it may have been 5. But we only lost by 28 seconds, and it's 7 seconds penalty. 7 seconds per penalty. That's 35 seconds. We lost by 28.
Is there any way the decision
We're going to protest it, but I don't know if that does any good. We're going to protest it.
The last thing I wanted to do was to call a penalty. But what I see is that there's no flag up and that the girl is a full bike length across the line.
yeah.
That's what happened. The first 2 bikers were clearly across the line.
Well, see, Marina said on the first 3 bikers she was slow on the flag, so it's just you should have been coordinated, I guess, beforehand or whatever. I don't know.
Y'all should have known what you were supposed to call and
Well,
what you weren't.
what we did was that we talked about that and we agreed to call that way. And that
Somebody's got to have an overriding rule, though, and if it's her job, it's her job. And if you see
well,
it...
I did not call a penalty. I just said the bike went over the line. That's what I said.
Came running over yelling, fault, fault, fault.
Fault, yes.
Well,
I mean...
that's what it is, that the bike goes across the line
Did you
before
raise
the
your flag when the rider crossed the line?
Did I raise my flag when the rider crossed the line? No, I did not.
See, that is what we needed to know.
That is what
Because
your job
Marina
is.
needed to know when the rider crossed the line, and that was
See,
the
Marina,
key thing that she
Marina
can't
was
see
watching
from here.
you
To
without
raise your
watching
flag.
the flag, and when if your flag had gone up, then
Fine.
She can't
What
tell.
Marina
That's
told
also the
what
penalty on the table
Right.
right
what
there.
Marina told me was that her flag would go up when the bike
but yours should have gone up when the bike went across
What?
the line.
What Marina told me was that her flag would go up when the beer drinker finished, and that if the bike was clear, my flag went up. If the bike was not clear of the line, in other words, if that had faulted, then my flag did not go up. That's what we decided. Now,
Neither Marina nor him knew the rules.
Yeah, see, you had a screw up in there somewhere. Damn. It's just.
now we talked to people at the table about what we were calling and how we were doing it and raising the flags.
Well, see, we've been practicing that both flags go up. I mean, that's what it is. Our pushers were watching you for the flag, and our chuggers were watching her. And when your flag didn't go up, then.
But what I was doing was watching the chugger
Yeah, I know.
and Marina, and what I could see was this and a bike going across the line.
But your
You should
job
have
is
been
just to
watching.
raise your flag,
should-
and
you-
Marina
yeah.
calls the penalty.
Right. You shouldn't have been assessing penalties at all. And when you came over trying to assess penalties on us, then that sways her. I mean, really. I don't know. I guess they should have it written down more clearly.
Or I screwed up.
Yeah. Well, I know it.
But what I can tell you is that the beer drinker was still whoever's in charge of assessing the penalties, your beer drinker was drinking beer when your biker was across the line.
Yeah.
That's what I can tell you.
Yeah, well, you see, when you came over running, that was a penalty, you know. Then
we all thought they were faulting on the line every time.
Yeah.
Just
they faulted on the line on the
I
third
was
part.
surprised. I assessed 3 penalties.
Why did we get 6?
I know.
You didn't get 6. You
did
got
not.
3.
You got the first 2 bikers
and
the footfall.
Okay, and 2 of those shouldn't have been.
Well, I don't think that's true.
Well,
I would agree with him because what I saw, you had 2 bikers that left before. His flag was raised before mine was, which indicates to me that you had 2 bikers.
But he raised the flag.
He raised his flag.
So you got a screw up there. You got a big screw up.
Now I can't do it. We don't even see the flag.
Do we have a consensus of the captains to assess that penalty? No. That would change the winner of the race. That will change the winner of the race.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
Okay, that rider, he was pretty inexperienced. He hadn't ridden much before. That's why he was riding early. Okay, he didn't. You shut up and let me talk. You can talk later, okay? Okay, he didn't do it deliberately. He did it because his bike is too short, probably, and he hadn't ridden that much. I mean, I don't. Shut up and let me talk. I don't think it made a material. Okay, maybe it messed you up, maybe it didn't. I don't think it made a material difference in the time. And if I want to assess the penalty, I guess that's what you do. It gives you the race, and if you want to win like that, it's your choice.
Shut up!
I mean, what does your stomach feel like right now?
Actually, for once, it's calm. It's the first time in about an hour it's settled out. After the bad lunch and a chug beforehand, it's finally settled in.
How do you feel right now?
I got the jitters to the max.
The jitter. Are you nervous now? I mean, your race is soon. How do you feel?
I like throwing up.
What does winning this race mean to you?
It means like hey, come on! It means like I can give the other teams, particularly Will Rice and Sid Rich, a lot of shit about you.
In a little tie. Now all 3, there's 3 teams together. Right pulling in Peddie joint at this time. Rice is in the lead, followed by Rohrer going into turn number 3. Jones pulling up on Rohwer. Piece of cake, baby!
Great, I knew I could do it, but my time wasn't as good as I expected it to be.
You still cooking.
I got kind of caught up in the pack up on the beginning of the second lap, but I knew I could take him. I saw he was weak.
We'd enjoy it a great deal. We prefer victory to defeat.
I guess everyone.
It's a long tradition. We prefer it.
When I think of the race, I think we was robbed, but I don't know how.
Why were we robbed? How were we robbed?
Well, I think we had too many unfair penalties, and myth power value went a little thin there somewhere along the line. I'm not sure. I wasn't watching that carefully. We had the best team. I know it, though.
whatever the outcome, we must have had the best.
Absolutely. No way we could lose that race.
Out of the ashes for next year. I think
We're ready for them next year.
already ready.
That's right. We'll be practicing next week.
Correct.